The following is a special presentation of Extreme eSpeed TV, your new home for everything iRacing and eSpeed.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Extreme eSpeed TV Pro Late Model Dirt Series here from Lernerville, kicking off another season here on Extreme eSpeed TV. As always, I am Travis Pierceville, joined with Adam Johnson. And Adam, we're here another season. It's year number 6 for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, and we're going to get us started here tonight at Lernerville.
That's right, year number 6 already. That is incredible. We are here at the beautiful Lernerville Speedway for the Ice Bowl 50. We're glad you're joining us here on Extreme eSpeed TV. And I do want to let you know there's a few changes this year, all for the better, as you get a beautiful look at the track. I'm going to give you the wind down on how things are going with the new race day format. Of course, all these incredible changes coming after a busy offseason for Mr. Race Director Cody Early. So I'm going to lay out some of the night and what it looks like for you. We've got our hot laps that began about 24 minutes ago, and right now our drivers are in their first drivers meeting of the season. And in just about 6 minutes, we will have our carrier heat races with a random pill draw for the starting spots. 8:50, this will all be in Eastern Time. We'll get the Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown. 9 o'clock, opening ceremonies. At 9:10, we'll get everything going with our feature event tonight. So I do want to remind you that the random carrier heat races are just going to increase the excitement with no more qualifying. The heat races will be lined up by a random pill draw. So we're settling for a heck of a night. It's new format, new drivers. We'll give you some names to watch, but man, it is night number 1 of what's going to be a jam-packed season.
Well, it looks like we've got 19 drivers here. We'll put up those best times from this practice session here, getting us started. Jacob Lassiter atop the charts. Drew Hopkins, a rookie. Austin Cantrell, another rookie, there in the top 3. Brandon Marlowe, 4th. And then, of course, our defending champion, Dylan Perry, there in the top 5. As you see, 19 cars have hit the track so far. We are 5 minutes, actually less than 5 minutes, from getting to racing action here coming up shortly. But we are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have a preview of tonight's 50-lap feature event here from Lernerville as you're watching the Pro Late Model Dirt Series here on Extreme eSpeed TV.
107 Tire and Service Center is your one-stop shop for all your car care needs, and they're now a Cooper Tire dealer. American tires for the American worker. Buy a set of Cooper tires and get free tire rotation and repairs for the life of the tire. They have a 12,000-mile or 12-month warranty on most repairs. Check out 107 Tire and Service Center. They're located at 6256 Irwin Highway, Chuckey, or call them at 423-620-4970. For all your car care needs, 107 Tire and Service Center. Family owned and operated. And their number one goal is your satisfaction. Find 107 Tire and Service Center on Facebook or call them today at 423-620-4970.
Racers are dedicated to winning. And Chevrolet Performance's 3 factory-sealed Circle Track crate engines can help you get to the checkered flag first. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a touring hero, on dirt, or pavement. Chevrolet Performance Circle Track crate engines are engineered to win. Right out of the box.
Race Car Engineering is your single source supplier for all your racing equipment. Dirt, asphalt, drag strip, street rod, or off-road. Their experts can keep you on the track and in the lead no matter what type of racing you do. Hundreds of brands, thousands of parts. Find them online at racecareng.com or call them toll free at 800-882-7231 and make sure to ask for your free catalog. That's Race Car Engineering, 800-882-7231.
And welcome back to the Sights and Sounds Lernerville Victory Lane right there on your screen. The Ice Bowl 50 coming up very soon. And I'll tell you what, it is going to be one of the best season openers we've experienced entering sixth year. And of course, there's going to be a new point structure. I want to let you guys know about that ahead of the action. So the winner of the race will collect 100 points. Second will collect 98, and each spot down will only be a 1-point drop until position 20, and then all spots 20 and below will collect 80. So it's going to keep it very competitive throughout the field, throughout the season. So 100 points going to our winner tonight. And of course, we want to give you some news about a new race director, that being the former series competitor John Hine. He's stepping away from the driver's seat to become the director of race day operations. So with his well over 40-plus career pro late model dirt series starts, this man will be in the control tower and overseeing the field for the 2025 season.
Well, and it's going to be exciting, of course, the John Hine coverage up in the booth for the on-race action. And, of course, you've got Adam and myself all season long here on Extreme E-Speed TV for the broadcast coverage. As always, thank you for tuning in and joining us here this Wednesday as we get the season started. And one thing we talked about with the Frostbite 50, Adam, was the difference in the season schedule this year is it's broken up into two different sessions. So a bunch of racing action here now through April, the beginning of April, and then we'll be off until September for those summer months.
That's right. And if we kind of get a preview of that, we've got, next week, we've got back-to-back at Volusia. We got a 40-lap and then a 60-lap, followed by the week after that at Weed Sports Speedway. That'll be 40 laps, and then we're rolling right into March and April, and that's where we'll get a break between May, June, July, and August. So an interesting breakup of the season. It's going to allow a lot of guys to get some R&R, and it's also going to give you a lot of time between April 9th and the 8th of September to really miss the series, which it'll be tough, but there's always little one-off events that pop up. So keep your eyes and ears on the Pro Late Model Dirt Series Facebook page, and you just may get some updates on what's coming up. And speaking of what's coming up, it's our rookie drivers. I want to give you a heads up about the AC Custom Graphics Rookie of the Year class. We got number 9, Brody Thompson. Number 16, Dawson Lowe. Number 18, Ethan Waters. And then number 25, Josh Van Weston. Number 49, Austin Cantrell. 157, Drew Hopkins. And 518, Joseph Grandy. So looking at that, we've got a very sharp Rookie of the Year class, and we'll see who will be the Rookie of the Year.
And now we look ahead to the Ice Bowl 50 heat race number 1, as it's Aiden Young on the front row alongside Kendrick Hicks. Third will be Brandon Bender alongside Jacob Lassiter. Fifth, Brandon Marlowe next to Andy Piercefield. And starting 7th will be Ethan Waters.
And as a reminder, this is the Carrier Heat Races random pill drawing for starting spots. So this is our random 7 starting tonight, and we've got some rookie action. So that pace truck has his lights off next time by. It looks like he'll dip down, and we'll be going to action, going to green.
So Aiden Young, Kendrick Hicks will take us to the green for the first time here in 2025 for points action here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. New look for that Young Gun Creations there, that 69. Always fun beginning of the year seeing who updated their paint schemes during the winter months. Just like you, Adam, you always change out your wardrobe each winter.
Yes, Queen, and here we go. We're live from Lernerville.
Hicks and Young side by side off into turn number 1 for the first time. Of course, our Carrier Heat Races here, 8 laps each here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. As we've got a group of 4 up front, you can put a blanket on those 4. As we'll come out of turn number 4 for the first time, it will be Kendrick Hicks at the line.
No blankets needed as it is unseasonably warm. Oh, and things are already getting hot on the track with the 64 of Hicks getting bumped. Oh, you see Piercefield right there bumping inside with Marlowe, trying to take that low lane, but it is Young still early up front.
Aiden Young holding off Bender at this moment. Bender had a good season last year in 2024, so he's looking to pick up right where he left off here at Lernerville. Coming to 5 laps to go, it's still Aiden Young out front.
Bender is not breaking. He is holding strong right now with Young, but the night is young as well. As Lassiter, Hicks, and Marlowe still within striking distance as we approach halfway through Carrier Heat Race number 1.
Aiden Young able, beautiful shots here from the drone. Of course, little brother Andy out there controlling that above this Lernerville Speedway. Oh, Bender will go over the edge, back up on the track, but that will shake things up as that will move Lassiter into 2nd, Hicks 3rd, Marlowe 4th, as Bender now back to 7th.
Wow, tough break there for Bender, and Young can breathe a little more easily. Can't quite take the foot off the throttle yet. Oh, a little glitching and glamming going on right now, and Young's up front.
Marlowe looking to the inside of Hicks. He's looking for that 3rd position as he'll pull the slide job out of the exit of turn number 2. Out front, and still Aiden Young. It's me, white flag waving this time by.
If he hits his marks, he'll be the first one this season to collect a checkered flag.
So they are spaced out here by 1 second now over Jacob Lassiter. It's Aiden Young, Heat Race number 1 winner here, kicking off the 2025 season. Lassiter 2nd, Marlowe 3rd, Hicks 4th, Andy Piercefield the top 5. So they'll move out on the track here, getting ready to go back to racing action. Of course, thank you to everyone tuning in tonight. Of course, Joey and Memphis tuning in as always.
2 of Josh
fan favorite. So Perry Lowe on row number 1 here to get us started. Of course, 8 more laps here in Carrier Heat Race number 2. So is it? So 2x2 through 3 and 4 for the final time here before the green flag. Carrier heat race number 2. Green flag waves. Dylan Perry takes us off into turn number 1.
Oh, man, Dylan Perry right in his comfort zone. Sharp-looking scheme to start the season. Oh, we have one go off the track. That looks like it may have been... Oh, yeah, low he went. Or maybe went too high. But, oh, 3 wide for second as Perry just fending off the 3 behind him.
That's Thompson, Van Westen, and Combs. They're those 3 that continue to do battle for second. Dylan Perry's liking what he's seeing. He's out front. He's already down to that bottom feeder level that he's used to.
Combs taking the inside lane. And you've got Thompson. Wants it. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Keeping it clean, though.
So Combs is going to take over that second spot in front of Brody Thompson for now. Brody in that 9 machine there. 3 rookies in this race, as it's Dylan Perry, the veteran, out front here for this one. Combs settling into second now. Now you've got to go back to that battle for 4th between Josh Van Westen and Joshua Johnson. So Dylan Perry takes the white flag. One more lap here in Carrier Heat Race number 2 for that P7 machine. Dylan Perry will win. Brandon Combs second. Brody Thompson third. Josh Van Westen fourth. Joshua Johnson in 5th. So Carrier Heat Race number 2 down. That will move us on to Carrier Heat Race number 3. They're going to line up like this. It's Chris Payne, the rookie, alongside fellow rookie Drew Hopkins in row number 1. The director, Cody Early, starting 3rd next to Austin Cantrell. Tyler Benefield in 5th in that 224, and then Colin Boyles in that 1 machine starting 6th.
So 2 up, headed to the next one now, as we will see the pace truck pull off here in just a moment. This one, a jam-packed field with 4 rookies. Nearly half, if not half, of the rookie class for the 2025 season. Hard to think we're already in 2025, going on year 6 for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series.
So Payne and Hopkins will lead us off to green. So 2x2, they come out of turn number 4. Green flag waves. The 07 of Payne has issues down to the inside there for a moment. That'll open the door for Early to the outside, Benefield down to the inside.
Payne felt the pain, but he's coming right back and chases down Hopkins. You got 3 wide for 3rd, though. Early, Boyles, Benefield, Cantrell all swap spots, and it's Cantrell rounding out the rear right now.
Cody Early in that 3 machine. He'll move it up to 3rd now as he's able to separate from Benefield and Voiles there as they still do side-by-side action. Now Cantrell poking his nose into that battle as well.
A little spread out, but they continue. When they get to the pinch point, they definitely start touching.
Out front, it's still that 157 of Drew Hopkins up around the outside. Payne in 2nd, Cody Early in 3rd, Benefield in 4th. Heated up action is still back there for that 4th position.
Getting a little more slick out there, you can tell, a lot more sliding. It's going to be interesting to see with this many rookies, new fellas, seeing kind of what it looks like when they're all side by side. Ooh, really high line there for Payne, and I'm telling you, Hopkins holding strong, but what a run we're seeing from early. You can tell he spent some time in the old simulator this offseason. Oh, and there goes Payne.
Payne goes off the track at the exit of turn number 2. Hopkins takes it with 2 laps to go out front still. He's got a nice gap on Cody Early, who has a half a second lead over Cantrell. Cantrell was riding in 6th the majority of the beginning of this one. Now 2 laps to go. Now coming to 1 lap to go. He sits in 3rd.
Quite the introduction to the rookie Hopkins, and what a gap he has created, and that's how you make a statement on night number 1.
Out of turn number 4 for the final time, it is Drew Hopkins. A heat victory for him to start the 2025 season. So with that, we'll move on to that last chance showdown.
That's right. Our Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown will be led by Andy Piercefield and Joshua Johnson. Behind them in row 2, Colin Boyles and Ethan Waters. Row 3 of Dawson Lowe and Chris Payne, a couple of rookies right there with Brandon Bender rounding out the rear.
So Andy Piercefield, Joshua Johnson going to lead us to green here to set the field for our first feature event here in 2025.
Andy Piercefield, really one of our series veterans by now. Pace truck off, and we'll get a look here in our last chance showdown. And we are green with Andy Piercefield taking it. Joshua Johnson right next to him.
Oh, slight contact there. That'll push Johnson off the track there. Out front now it's Dawson Lowe. Colin Boyles into second. Andy Piercefield now sits in that 3rd spot ahead of Ethan Waters.
So early fireworks right now, and Lowe taking the high side right now with Boyles in strong position. But look at that run from Andy Piercefield. He gets blocked just briefly by Boyles, and he'll stick up top.
So Colin Boyles sits in second. Dawson Lowe up ahead. Andy Piercefield 3rd. Waters 4th. Bender in that 5th. Oh, and Bender goes around. He'll keep it going, though. We stay green here in our Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown.
So Lowe starting to get some separation. Oh, first caution comes out. We'll see if we can find out what exactly happened there. Bring out our first caution of the entire evening.
We'll take a look at that replay. That's going to be that 07 of Chris Payne. See what happens here as they head off into turn number 3. Oh, and it looks like maybe a little payback there for the 22 machine, possibly. Or maybe just slight contact entering the corner.
Either way, we've seen a few drivers tonight go over and get a little too high or get pressed outside, and I mean that's going to do some serious damage to your vehicle, so you got to be very cognizant when you're riding that high line. Easier said than done, though.
So it's going to be Lowe and Boyles there on the front row of this restart. Waters and Piercefield there in row number 2. Of course, it's all about who ends up in that Lernerville victory lane tonight. So 2 by 2 down the backstretch. We get ready to go back to green flag racing action. Green flag waves. It's Dawson Lowe out front. Boyles slides into second there. They're 2 by 2 with Waters and Piercefield. That's the battle for third.
Oh my goodness, straight line speed is what we're seeing right now here at Lernerville Speedway. Ooh, Andy Piercefield coming up close, but no cigars. He tried to get to Waters, and it is Lowe running very strong right now.
So Lowe able to separate here. He's a half a second lead in front of Colin Boyles. Ethan Waters is settled into that third spot now as it's Piercefield and Bender doing battle for fourth.
Trail of dust right in front of Piercefield's face.
As Bender continues to look down to the inside. Unable to complete that pass as Yaz Johnson watches from that 7th position behind him. As they do battle back there, Colin Boyles is able to close that gap down to 0.3 of a second behind Dawson Lowe. Lowe up 4 spots, started 5th in this Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown, as now we've got 2 laps to go.
Yeah, and he's got Boyles. Ooh, skipped to his Lou. Oh, he's putting a little block on it, but what control there from Lowe, and he may have the speed to get back in front, and he does for the moment.
They're side-by-side, white flag waves. Dawson Lowe to the outside here as he's got Colin Boyles up ahead. As Lowe has to go low through the middle of the corner on Boyles. Boyles will hold on and win Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown. So Dawson Lowe second, Ethan Waters third, Brandon Bender fourth, Andy Piercefield fifth in this first Last Chance Showdown of the year. And with that, the field is set for tonight's Ice Bowl 50 here from Lernerville. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have a preview of tonight's feature event here on Extreme E-Speed TV.
107 Tire and Service Center is your one-stop shop for all your car care needs, and they're now a Cooper Tire dealer. American tires for the American worker. Buy a set of Cooper tires and get free tire rotation and repairs for the life of the tire. They have a 12,000-mile or 12-month warranty on most repairs. Check out 107 Tire and Service Center. They're located at 6256 Irwin Highway, Chuckey, or call them at 423-620-4970 for all your car care needs, 107 Tire and Service Center. Family owned and operated. And their number one goal is your satisfaction. Find 107 Tire and Service Center on Facebook or call them today at 423-620-4970.
Racers are dedicated to winning. And Chevrolet Performance's 3 factory-sealed circle track crate engines can help you get to the checkered flag first. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a touring hero, on dirt or pavement, Chevrolet Performance circle track crate engines are engineered to win. Right out of the box.
Race Car Engineering is your single source supplier for all your racing equipment. Dirt, asphalt, drag strip, street rod, or off-road. Their experts can keep you on the track and in the lead no matter what type of racing you do. Hundreds of brands, thousands of parts. Find them online at racecareng.com or call them toll free at 800-882-7231 and make sure to ask for your free catalog. That's Race Car Engineering, 800-882-7231.
Great Racing USA is green! This is America's leader in racing, the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Great Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series 4Y.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Introducing the latest technology in the racing industry, Spring Rhythm. Spring Rhythm is an app that can replace a spring smasher, giving you access to the same information the fast guys are using to stay ahead. The app tells you where to set your coilover nuts to hit your install loads and tells you the dynamic loads that the car will see in travel. It also simplifies adjustments at the track, giving you the information needed to adjust loads without taking the shock off the car. Spring Rhythm has been rigorously tested to ensure accuracy. There's no excuse to not be using Spring Rhythm.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway as we kick off the season with tonight's Ice Bowl 50 here to kick off the 2025 and 6th season of the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Adam, I'll bring you in here if you want to slide on over. Looking at this 19-car field, who are the folks that you're going to pay attention to here tonight?
Well, normally I kind of look for either the hot hand or I'm looking for the driver that just has been kind of struggling lately, but we know can break out. I think tonight, I'm looking at those two up front, Drew Hopkins and Ethan Waters. Our two rookies right there. Talk about making a statement. Not just having one, in the top 5. We have two on the front row. So I think that's going to be a big deal, a big thing to watch. And this is a race that's going to move rather quickly. There'll be some cautions that might pop in, especially if some go over the high side or create some contact. But this is one where you don't want to hang around the back too long and just say you're going to wait for a hole to open up, right? Like, it's going to be full go from the minute these boys hit the green flag on lap number 1. So I'm looking at some of these rookies. I want to see kind of how they introduce themselves to our viewing audience. I know we've got a good amount of you watching right now on Extreme eSpeed TV, and we thank you for that, and we want to see kind of where this ends up tonight. We're going to learn a lot, but of course, there's veterans out there. There's Dylan Perry. We haven't talked much about him, which is exactly, I feel like, the situation he wants, because once we start to, cast our gaze somewhere else, he always seems to find his way back like a kitty cat looking for milk on the porch. So I'll tell you what, we're in for a good one.
Well, we are just over a minute to go here. We're going to take one more quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have that starting lineup for tonight's Ice Bowl 50 here from Lernerville on Extreme eSpeed TV.
Racers are dedicated to winning. And Chevrolet Performance's 3 factory-sealed circle track crate engines can help you get to the checkered flag first. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a touring hero, on dirt or pavement, Chevrolet Performance Circle Track crate engines are engineered to win. Right out of the box.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway. Welcome back as we are now getting ready for that starting lineup. Adam, slide on over here, get ready, grab your popcorn, grab your Diet Pepsi, and get ready for 50 laps of racing action. And they're going to line up like this.
That's right. Row 1, Aiden Young and Dylan Perry. Row 2, Drew Hopkins and Jacob Lassiter. Row 3, Brandon Combs and Cody Early. Row 4, Brandon Marlowe and Brody Thompson. Row 5, Austin Cantrell and Kendrick Hicks. Row 6, Josh Van Westen and Tyler Benefield. Row 7, Colin Boyles and Dawson Lowe. Row 8, Ethan Waters and Brandon Bender. Row 9, Andy Piercefield and Chris Payne, with Joshua Johnson rounding out the rear in the 19th spot.
So they get ready to line up and get on out here onto the track. 50 laps for this Ice Bowl 50 from Lernerville to kick off this 2025 season. 2 former winners there on the front row. Third will start Drew Hopkins, the rookie, and then, of course, a long-time members of the league, Lassiter and Combs, will round out the top 5. So cars take the warm-up around the track here to get started.
And of course, we'll be back in action next week. We're back-to-back from Volusia. And it's a familiar sight with Dylan Perry leading us, and right behind him, Lassiter and Young battling hard. And you got Young on the inside, Lassiter on the outside, and it is a 1-2-3 quick first lap for those top three.
Dylan Perry out front. This is back for the 7th position. That's Cody Early, Brandon Marlowe side by side there. They've got the Brody Thompson machine, that 9 car behind him. Kendrick Hicks, Benefield back there as well, as he'll get out of sorts for a moment.
Little wobbly. Oh, man, a lot of dust in the air right now. Oh, the 21 machine gets turned. We'll see if that brings out the caution. So far, we're seeing if he can fire it up and get backed up. But for right now, we are... Oh, there's our yellow.
So Josh Van Westen will get back going. Great work there by series director John Hine, giving him time to get going there before just throwing that quick yellow. But the yellow will come out here on lap number 3 of 50.
Very patient man that John Hine is. Very respectable. Good to have him up there for each of the races this season. It looks like we're going to stop on the track for a moment and get things cleaned up. You see the tires spinning there for Perry. He doesn't want to go slow. Oh, man, you got to watch out for that pace truck. Leadfoot Larry and Lazy Eye Lenny do not make a good combo in the driver and passenger seat.
Back to John Hine. He is a great addition to the series. I've called many races with him from the broadcast booth. Probably my favorite broadcast partner I've ever had.
Really excited about our contract negotiations coming up in a couple of weeks.
As we get ready to go back to racing action. So Dylan Perry jumped out front quickly there. Aiden Young now is going to line up there in that 3rd spot, so he'll be inside row number 2. Combs will move up there to the outside, and then you're going to have the rookie of Hopkins now 3rd spot on that inside line. Green flag waves. Dylan Perry takes us back to racing action. He'll jump out front. Lassiter to the inside is now Aiden Young will look to make a move for that 2nd spot. Combs coming up from behind. 3-car battle here for 2nd now as they head off into turn number 3.
Yes, and you've got Combs trying to sneak in between Young, and Combs will get there for a moment, but Young not going to give it up as he'll take the inside.
Marlowe to the outside there is Aiden Young trying to make that inside line work. Not the preferred line here now is now Hopkins in that 157. He'll try to make a move on that 69 machine as that door will close. Now Aiden Young jumps to that outside line. Cody early in the wall there down the front stretch. He'll get it sorted out. Oh no, over the wall. Go Cody down to row.
And we continue to race on as Cody gets picked up from the tree branches. But nonetheless, Dylan Perry fighting strong as Lassiter, just getting on the inside. He's got speed right there. And for the moment, Lassiter is your leader. We'll still see if Dylan Perry has the grip. But no, that lap is going to go to Jacob Lassiter as Perry sneaks right back in front, if not for the moment.
Lassiter will lead lap number 8 as now Dylan Perry able to regain that lead down the backstretch. He puts a 0.4 of a second gap on it as now Combs will make a slide job on Lassiter. He'll move into 2nd this lap. Marlowe watching on from 4th.
Oh, man. What happened there? Lassiter losing a little bit of momentum as you got Combs taking that one. So a moment ago you had Lassiter take a lead lap, just 3 to go, but Perry, after a little bit of a scare, is back into it. Cody Early, hoping we can get a status update on him from the little brother Andy. I know he's been taking those CPR classes. Hope to get an update from the race director soon.
There's that 9 of Thompson there. He's got the 49 of Cantrell down to his inside. Hicks there behind watching on as now this is the battle for 7th. They have Hopkins up ahead here. So this is currently the closest battle on the track. As Dylan Perry continues to lead out front, but Brandon Combs is under attack by Jacob Lassiter.
Yeah, and the movement's pretty consistent. We don't have anyone who's moved up 5 spots, but we do have Dawson Lowe. Oh, Brandon Bender in the 11th spot, now up 5 from where he begins. So keep an eye on Bender. We talked about him earlier in the heat races. Oh, and we got our second caution of the night.
This one looks like it's going to be Colin Voiles here. We'll take a look at that replay. That 1C machine. Just over the edge there in 3 and 4. And he will come to a stop there at the top of turn number 4. Right before Colin Voiles had that issue, Cody Early did re-enter the track. He is 4 laps down, but is back out there, so he will see what he can do and see if he's able to outlast anybody else here, as we've still got 36 laps to go.
Plenty of racing action remaining, and good to see some of our drivers back on the track. We have very quick concussion protocol specialists who work quickly to make sure they're good to go, get that green light. As just a minor scare really for Dylan Perry, and found himself back around lap 9, taking over from where he started this race. And some great racing, and I don't think we're done seeing some of those drivers skid and fly off the top there. Very unique track here at Lernerville, where there's no outside wall in some portions, and so that you see why those walls are important in a lot of tracks. So just kind of an added element in the fun of this track, and a track, quite honestly, that's just played host to so many amazing races in this series history. And we're only 6 years in, entering this year now, so my goodness, when we get to that 10-year mark, 15, I mean, the stories that this track could tell, we're writing those stories right now, and it looks like our pace cars possibly a lap or so away from pulling off and getting us back to green after our second caution of the night.
So we'll wait for them to get us ready to go. And there's Cody Early getting back around the track there. As we'll get lined up 2 by 2. So it looks like Cody Early is 2 laps down in that 19th position.
We are back to green. Dylan Perry, like a rocket ship, back at it.
Lassiter settles there in second as Combs goes on the attack. Marlowe watching on from the 4th position. Aiden Young now rides in 5th. Combs and Lassiter trade that spot and positions back and forth on the track.
We'll take a look at how the rookies are doing right now, and you'll see you got Drew Hopkins in the 5th position right now, our best performing rookie as part of the AC Custom Graphics Rookie of the Year class. Right behind him, Brody Thompson, though, in 7th, and then you have Dawson Lowe and Austin Cantrell rounding out the top 10. So 4 rookies in the top 10, not a bad start for those fellas.
As there's Lowe and Cantrell doing battle on the track there in front of that 22 of Brandon Bender. Our hard charger here at this point is that 116 of Dawson Lowe. He's up 5 spots from his 14th starting position up into the top 10, currently riding in 9th, as we work lap number 20 of 50 here at Lernerville.
running strong. Another dive down there from Combs, and he's using that tire wear. Oh, brushes it, and Perry does not lose the lap, but if anything, as Lassiter runs into the grass, having to seriously recorrect there, but still holds the third place spot as Combs is going to, it looks to be do this all night long, but you got to think with the way tire wear, and we're not even halfway through this race just yet. We're close, but that wears on the tires, and Dylan Perry playing a little defense, but you can tell he's not fully exerting all of his energy as you got Combs doing it one more time, but Perry takes the lap.
So 1 lap away from the halfway mark here at Lernerville as we have a battle for the lead. Combs looking to the inside of Dylan Perry, unable to make a completed pass yet as Dylan Perry holds him off. Lassiter now up to his bumper on the exit of turn number 4 as we work lap number 25.
Halfway through race number 1 of the 6th season of the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, and it's shaping up to be another good one right now.
Lassiter to the front now out of turn number 4. Dylan Perry will battle back and lead the lap with only 24 laps to go as it is go time here at Lernerville.
Man, Dylan Perry is so good at catching them right at the line, and he might do it again here. Oh, there, he takes it again. Man, he is just flirting with that line right now.
They'll cross over down the backstretch. Now it's Lassiter down to the inside of that P7 machine. He'll slide up in front of him in 3 and 4. Dylan Perry will battle back on the inside, and he will lead the lap with 22 laps to go.
Oh, we've lost a tire and a driver, but no caution as you see Lassiter. I think everyone's just wanting to see how this plays out. Lassiter's probably not going to get there for that one, and we are back to 1v1. Oh, a lot of dust and dirt in the air. Someone may be having some issues.
As we'll look up ahead, it looks like Chris Payne there in that 07 machine. He did, but it also looked like Josh Van Westen may have left the track. That was the tire we saw coming down the track there at the turn number 2, but it looks like he's gotten off the track. He's now 2 laps down in the 18th position as Cody Early, who we talked about earlier, staying out there. He's picked up 2 positions now, riding in that 17th spot as he is 3 laps down.
Man, you see that getting on the back quarter panel there. Lassiter on Perry, not giving him an inch, and you can tell he's put the work in this offseason, and he's right there, man. This is as close as you can get to the champ.
And now our longest green flag run of the night, Adam. We may have some lap traffic here, especially if this stays green. Up ahead, you've got Chris Payne in the 07, Andy Piercefield in the 75, Colin Boyles in the 1 machine, and they're getting into that lap traffic right now.
Yeah, it did not take long. So you see lap traffic trying not to become the storyline right now. And they are not, at least for the moment, but a lot of dust and dirt in the air. Probably the most dirt we've got on Perry's car is coming from the lap traffic.
As we will take a look, we will ride along with Lassiter. As you can see his view, that P7 machine right ahead of him, biding time at this point, 15 laps to go, waiting to make his move as they ride around that outside there. Now you've got that 75 of Andy Piercefield up ahead.
Andy Piercefield may need to take the low line as these guys are trying to maneuver a way around him, but he's fighting for the lead lap right now. Oh, Lassiter just on the inside. Can he make the pass?
They will close in on that 75 as he is just up ahead. Lassiter trying to use him as a pick down to the inside. They'll both go to the inside of the 75 through 1 and 2. Lassiter will take the lead on Perry.
What a display of grit and determination from the 75 as he gets bumped into the wall, but they're staying green. Perry and Lassiter battling hard. Oh, and our caution comes out for Andy Piercefield.
We'll take a look at this replay. And it was right there with the leaders, that 75 machine. Had Marlowe behind him. You can see it looks like he tried to get up out of the way of Marlowe there into that outside wall. Around he goes at the start-finish line. And that will be our caution, third caution of the night here. You know, that's something we talked about a lot last year, Adam. We had a lot of green flag laps for some of our longer races. Very few cautions as we've had some of these longer races here over the last year and a half.
Yeah, it's been so green, and I'm just like so excited because these guys are just some of the best in the series. It's incredible because you got some rookies in there. You got guys who haven't raced with each other. You know, some of these guys race offline and in other areas and other series, but to stay this clean and respect each other's boundaries while also pushing the same limits and boundaries, you know, at the same time is quite incredible. And I'm actually surprised we only hit our third caution. So we'll restack them, and man, we are coming up for. I mean, it's gurgling right now. It is going to be a shootout. You can hear my belly kind of, you know, turning right now, and I'm excited. They're going 2x2, so no single file restarts. Pace truck is off. We are back to green, and Dylan Perry and Jacob Lassiter are going to put on a show for us.
Perry able to hold off Lassiter there on the exit of turn number 2 as they get racy behind him. That's Aiden Young, Brandon Combs, Drew Hopkins there for the top 5. Perry holding off Lassiter here for the moment as they're 3 wide behind him. 10 laps to go here in this Ice Bowl 50 to start off the 2025 season. Good run for Lassiter down the backstretch. He'll close the gap on that P7 machine.
Yeah, that was interesting. I think it may have surprised Lassiter. Dylan cut low and Lassiter went high, but man, Lassiter did get a run there, but Perry able to just kill some of that momentum. But nonetheless, you don't see Perry try that one again as we are now just 8 laps away. You got to think in that turn right there, if it comes to the last lap, I don't think Lassiter's the type of guy to do it, but he's got prime position to give a little love tap to Perry if the final turn of the race calls for it, but maybe a little early in the season to make an enemy.
So they will stay nose to tail here. 7 laps to go. Good battle back in the pack. That's Kendrick Hicks on the inside. He's looking to the inside of rookie Brody Thompson. Up ahead as Bender gets over the edge. Caution flag comes out. It looks like it's going to be for Chris Payne. So Chris Payne here, we talked about the lack of cautions, Adam, and now as old Darrell Waltrip would say, cautions breeding cautions here.
Ooh, man, they are banging sheet metal out there, and it's got a Hoyt. And we are down to less than 10 laps remaining, and this is white knuckle racing time. Shootout impending. We'll see how long it takes them to restack. A reminder that we will be back to racing next week with back-to-back from Volusia. 40-lapper on the 11th, the 60 laps on the 12th. And a reminder as well, winner of tonight's race is going to collect 100 points. Second place will get 98. And a single-digit drop-off from then on until we get to 20th place, where 80 and following, even though we don't have 20 cars tonight. And if we had a fuller field, it would be 80 points, 20th and beyond. So a good way to start the season, and we're glad you're staying up late with us tonight here on Extreme E-Speed TV.
Green flag waves. Dylan Perry will take it here. 5 laps to go now. Single file restart will give him that space on that 51 machine, as now Lassiter's got to try to make up a 0.3 of a second gap.
Oh man, Perry's got Lassiter coming on the outside, and he's been close so many of these final turns. I don't know if Lassiter has anything in the tank or if he's been saving something up, but he's right there on the inside. Oh, fifth caution coming out. Could be Voiles.
As we will try that again. There's that 1C machine of Colin Voiles. And just a little bit too far over there in turn number 4, up and over the edge. Rode that edging for a minute and then just went around there at the end.
Handled it better than I would have, but hopefully you're able to get back out there and finish this race. Your top 5, Perry, Lassiter, Young, Combs, and Lowe. Just one rookie in that mix right now. And we'll see how it shakes out. A reminder, stick with us once this race concludes. We'll get our top 3 podium finishers in the broadcast booth. Let you hear firsthand from each of them tonight how everything went.
We'll also name our butt kicker, Hard Charger Award winner tonight.
So we're about set to go green. 4 laps to go, and we are green. You got Perry, 2 laps to go, running hard. Lassiter running out of ideas and time possibly. And with this one right here, he'll take the white flag for Dylan Perry. 1 to go.
First white flag for the feature event here in the 2025 season. It's Dylan Perry trying to hold off Jacob Lassiter. Aiden Young in third as they go through 3 and 4 for the final time. Lassiter to the outside. Dylan Perry out of 4. He will win the Ice Bowl 50. Jacob Lassiter second, Aiden Young in third. Brandon Combs and Hopkins will round out the top 5. So picking up right where he left off, it's that P7 of Dylan Perry. As of course we will have him from Victory Lane here in a moment.
Heck of a way to start the season. And I'll tell you what, no one needed to give directions to Cody Early to find out how to get back to Victory Lane. It's almost like the dirt and the tracks were just waiting for him to come right back home.
So top 3 drivers there parked in front of this sellout crowd at Lernerville Speedway tonight. As we will talk to those 3 finishers here in a moment. And we will actually throw it down to Adam as you've got our 3rd place finisher, Aiden Young.
That's right, joined alongside Aiden Young. And Aiden, man, from really the Carrier Heat races to now, man, that was a strong run. How you feeling?
Better than last season starting out.
Well, that's good. So let me ask you this. What worked? What was the reason everything worked well for you tonight?
You know, maybe new colors. I don't know. Some luck. I have no clue.
Well, that's awesome. Well, next week, you got Volusia coming up. Is that a track you feel confident going into?
I'm very confident with Volusia. I just got to have the track go my way.
Awesome. Well, before we let you go, I want to give you a chance, and I'm sure we'll get many of these this season, but give you a chance to shout out those partners.
I just gotta thank Young Gun Creations, obviously Gambling Motorsports, you guys for doing the broadcasting, obviously, and Cody for running a great league, and obviously Shaggy TV that's on the hood.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Aiden, and we'll be talking to you hopefully soon.
Thank you.
It's our third place finisher, Aiden Young, there. Now we'll be joined by our second place finisher, it's Jacob Lassiter. Starting the season with a second place finish. Jacob, walk us through there. Looked like 10 laps to go. You were trying to make a move there on Dylan, and then the cautions late really made it hard as that gap on those restarts. You had to battle back the entire time.
Yeah, man, I tried to battle all night, really. When the first chance I got to throw a slider on him, I threw it, and I was just telling him, like, I struggle with sliders, man. Like, I never know if I got it clear enough or not, and I definitely don't want to get into, like, parking it on people, you know what I mean? So I know what that's like to get parked on. So, but yeah, I mean, I threw that first slider, and I thought, well, if I could just get a run on him just enough that I could stay even, I might be able to pull. But I mean, Dylan's good, man, and so's all the ones that run up front. It's tough competition, so it's hard to win these things, and I feel like I let one get away tonight.
Well, obviously, you would have loved to pick up one more spot and win this race here tonight, but to start the season with a second-place finish still has to feel good as you kick off this 2025 campaign.
For sure, yeah. I mean, anytime you get on the podium and are able to have an interview, it's a good night. So, we got one drop this season, which I'm, really glad Cody, he adjusted a lot of things with the points and added the drop. So I think that's really going to add a dynamic to this deal, and it's going to be super competitive, I think. And so, like I said, man, to start out with second place, I mean, I'm tickled with that. And well, because next week we may not get a good draw, it may be towards the back. So you got to take these things as you can get them.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that next. That pill draw is the other change here to the start instead of that qualifying session. How important is that going to be, and what kind of chaos could that cause as we go through this season, especially when we hit some of these tracks where it is more difficult to move up through the field?
I mean, I really think with iRacing and a fixed setup, it's a lot of track position, and it's like just tonight. About the only way you can really pass somebody is to throw a big slider, and that's not really my style. So, like I said, I'm sure there's going to be some weeks where we're going to be mired in the back and just take what we get. You know what I mean? I think tonight, as far as the 5 other seasons, tonight was actually a really good kickoff to this thing. I think we got a really good solid group here, and I didn't hear nobody complaining. Everybody was racing hard, but had a lot of respect. So I think that's going to go a long way this season.
Well, a great start to your 2025 season, Jacob. Who are those sponsors and those folks you want to give a shout out to?
Man, I don't really have any sponsors anymore. I mean, I have this old car. It's got some old stuff on it that I just run it now because it's got the logos and stuff. But, really just Hot Lap Heroes, those guys, I don't get on as much as I'd like to. But when I get on, we run together and stuff, and they're a good group. And shout out to Brandon. He had some terrible luck tonight. He's right there with us. Could have capitalized on any mistake that we made. But he kind of got caught up with a lap car there that, just a tough night for him. So I hate that for him. And, I just got to thank Cody for the league as always, you guys for putting on the broadcast. Then I got to thank the wife as always for taking care of the little one.
Well, always nice to talk to you, Jacob, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again later this season as we go through this campaign. But a second-place finish here tonight for Jacob Lassiter, as now we'll throw it over to Victory Lane as Adam has our winner, Dylan Perry.
That's right. Once again, new season, same driver joining us in that nice podium for the first-place finish. Dylan, kind of talk us through how this night went from the Carrier Heat races to here. It was another consistent run for you, but you had to fend off a little bit of action there from Lassiter.
Yeah, Lassiter, he was good all race. I've for some reason just have never been too good at Lernerville. Don't really know why. It doesn't fit me or how I want to drive. So I knew anytime we come to this place, I'm just hoping for a good night, a good points night. And once he got up to second and he was really close all race, I knew I was going to have to work pretty hard for it. And if those cautions didn't fall at the right time near the end of that race, I think we'd have probably had a different outcome. But I'll count my stars and thank my lucky days that I was able to pull this one off.
Yeah, we talked a little bit with Lassiter just before you, kind of how it's a little bit of different format. Not too crazy, not too different, but the pill draw format rather than kind of qualifying. Are you a fan of that? Is it kind of mix things up a little bit? What are your early thoughts on that after just one race so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell after one race, but it kind of brings me back to that first year that I ran where we still had field draw format. And honestly, I think it makes for a little bit better racing because it kind of scatters the field up and just helps to put on a little bit better show. And luckily tonight, it kind of fell my way starting pole of heat 2. So it was one of those it was one of those nights where everything kind of just fell my way. I know there's going to be nights that it doesn't, but I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Well, I love the optimism there. And you go from a Lernerville track where, like you said, it's not always been your track in terms of whether it's favorite or your easiest to run, but you go to Volusia next for back-to-back nights next week. Kind of talk us through your mindset, your confidence when you go to a track like Volusia.
My confidence definitely go up on that place. I mean, we've won a good bit of races there, always had a good amount of speed, and it's one of my favorite tracks, so that always helps whenever you go into a track that you like. But we're just hoping to come out of there with some good points after the 2 nights and try and see if we can put together a whole season.
Well, yeah, we're excited to watch along with you. I know we'll have more opportunities to chat with you, but before we let you go tonight, for the first time this season, I want to give you a chance to shout out those partners.
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to thank y'all at Extreme E-Speed TV for everything that y'all do on broadcasting this so that everybody can watch. Andy Piercefield and his whole family for everything they do for me on and off the track. I honestly couldn't thank them enough, and I don't think I'll ever be able to thank them enough. Rapid Race Graphics, Harrison Automotive, I'm drawing a blank. Phantom Race Engines, Team Auto Inc., B&B Custom Baits, Combs Cuts, CBR, just all the guys over there that keep me entertained throughout the off season. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people, but everybody that helps me go up and down the road every week in real life or on here, I couldn't do it without them, and I definitely couldn't thank them enough.
Well, I'm sure you'll remember more of them later this season as you return to the podium finishes. So thank you again, Dylan, for putting on a show, for spending some time with us, and hopefully we get to talk to you soon.
Hopefully so.
So that's Dylan Perry, our winner tonight here from Lernerville. As you see those feature results, Dylan Perry, your winner, Jacob Lassiter, Aiden Young, Brandon Combs, Drew Hopkins, your top 5 there. You can see 12 cars on the lead lap. Of course, our butt kicker Hard Charger Award will go to Joshua Johnson, up 10 spots. Started at the tail end of the field. He'll end up with a top 10 in the 9th position. And then, of course, rounding out the field in the 19th spot is going to be Cody Early there. He had problems and finishes 19 laps down. But with that being said, we will be back next week here on Extreme E-Speed TV for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. As always, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at a race soon.
This copyrighted broadcast of Extreme E-Speed TV Network is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without express written consent of the Extreme E-Speed TV Network is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast.